Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's meetings. I'm Joe Boykin. I'm currently serving as chairman of Charleston County Council, and I represent District 8 in Charleston County. At this time, I'd like to ask our members of council and key staffs to introduce themselves, starting again with Mr. Moody.
Brantley Moody, Charleston County Council, District 7.
I'm Middleton, District 6.
Darby, District 4.
Herb Sass, Charleston County Council, District 1.
Kristen Salisbury, Clerk of Council.
Bill Tooten, County Administrator.
Jenny Costa Honeycutt, District 9.
Jay Pryor, District 5.
Rob Worman, District 3.
Natalie Ham, County Attorney.
Thank y'all. First order of business tonight will be public hearings. Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. Notice is hereby given that the County Council of Charleston County, South Carolina will hold a public hearing with respect to a proposed ordinance authorizing the issuance of not exceeding $70 million general obligation bonds by Charleston County Park and Recreation District in one or more series. No one signed up to speak.
Okay, for either, okay.
And then we have notices hereby given that Charleston County Council will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. regarding an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a special source resource credit agreement by and between Charleston County, South Carolina and Mac Hain LLC.
No comments? All right. We'll move on to public comments. We reserve 30 minutes at each of our county council meetings for public comment, with 2 minutes allotted to each person. And for those that are going to speak tonight, I'd ask you to please keep in mind our public comments code of conduct you agreed to when you signed to speak. Ms. Worcester?
All right, we have 7 people signed up. The first person is Hattie Horry, followed by George Freeman, and then Chris Crawley.
Good evening. Hattie Ori. I'm from the Snowden subdivision. I reside in Mallard Lakes. Snowden is my home. And I want to thank council for seeing through the sewer project. I try to keep in touch with Mr. Sass back and forth, send him pictures and everything like that. So my question is now, for those of us who didn't receive any assistance because of the low to moderate income bracket, is there any assistance or any funds left on that grant that now we who didn't receive any assistance could pull from that, or is there another grant that we could pull from? And that was question number 1. And also, on my property, which is roughly about 10 acres of property, we're trying to get a main line in there. That's why I asked, is there any other fund that we can pull from so we could develop our property and start putting homes? And quite a few other families in Snowden may have acreage that now that the sewer is here, we could develop our property and put family homes on it. So that's the first question. And the other one was the issue is still there about Mount Pleasant telling us that in order to get the sewer, we have to annex our property. And like I said many times in here before, I can't do that with my property because it's a group of us. My family's about 8, and we can't sell or anything. We can only develop my property. Okay.
Thank you.
George Freeman, Chris Crawley, Sam Sprouse.
Good evening. George Freeman, president of the Cage Organization, 2347 Highway 17 North. I'm here this evening to make a request before you. I've attended a number of the transportation sales tax meetings. We've even invited your staff out to our organization to make a request, and my understanding was we were too late for the first round, so I'm here this evening. And one of the things that I noticed when I was at the Park Circle meeting, that the city of Charleston, North Charleston, and Mount Pleasant got to present projects, but we did not see anything from the unincorporated areas. Most of you, your direct constituents are the people in the unincorporated area, but there's no request from the unincorporated area. So I'm here this evening to make a request with respect to the unincorporated area. I'm not here to talk about Highway 41. That has been done. I'm here this evening to talk about a road to be built from Park West Boulevard to Billy Swales Boulevard. This road would relieve traffic congestion on Highway 17, provide a safer environment for the 7 Mile community, and it's one of those situations where you have the opportunity to make that happen now instead of waiting until the future when there's a problem. The current project that you have right now with 41, it does not address the left turns on Highway 17. The last information if I can remember correctly, those left turns were at a level D or will be at a level E in the near future. F is a failing. This road will help prevent us from having to come back in the future to try to resolve problems at that intersection of 41 and 17. It will make the community safer and make it better for everyone in the area. Thank you.
Chris Crawley, Sam Sprouse, Grace Gasper.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, thank you for allowing a public comment. My name is Chris Crowley. I live at 6485 Come About Way in Allendale. I'm the executive director of the Coastal Expeditions Foundation and the newly elected mayor of Allendale. I've sent a letter in about the transportation tax allotment, and I would love to see you guys. I don't know who I need to look at or who I need to talk to that is the vote or the couple of votes needed to fully fund the conservation portion of the transportation tax. I do understand that public transit is important, and I believe that. And I think every boat landing should have somewhere to throw a kayak in, and every bridge should have a pedestrian lane, and that and traffic is just off the hook here. It's your chambers are very different than my chambers, but my chambers, council chambers, are have a lot less traffic involved. And one of my questions about the allocations of funds is it seems like the root of the problem and what makes public transit and that big COG plan necessary, which I think it's a good plan, is the idea that we're such a fast-growing state, number 1 state, I think number 2 county, and that is and that continues to increase, and it increases traffic, and traffic is a symptom, and the problem is mass development and lack of infrastructure to keep up with mass development. I know in our town we are creating ordinances that deal with septic tanks, that deal with zoning, that deal with lighting, that deal with wetlands, and we have a moratorium in place until we can get all that figured out so that the growth doesn't outrun the ability of the town to handle it. I think the cure already, man. And there I went. Thank you for your attention. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
Sam Sprouse, Grace Gasper, Louise Maybank.
Good evening. My name is Sam Sprouse. I'm the principal, instructor, and owner of the Charleston Wilburton School at 2338 Ashley River Road. Again, I just wanted to thank you all for your consideration of the rezoning of our property. We're really looking forward to improving this and getting some more businesses in that building. Hopefully get a few more tax dollars in. But with that being said, our graduation is June 6th at 5:30. If anyone's in the neighborhood, wants to come by, anyone else here too, please swing by and see the furniture that the students are building. It's pretty impressive. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you.
Grace Gasper, Louise Maybank, Marcus McDonald.
Good evening. My name is Grace Gasper. I live in Allendale, South Carolina, and thank you very much for the opportunity to address you tonight. I wanted to also speak about the upcoming sales tax referendum. I speak tonight on behalf of Friends of Coastal South Carolina. We're a conservation organization, and we work in partnership with 2 national wildlife refuges, Ace Basin and Cape Romaine in Charleston County, the Francis Marion National Forest. And we would like to express our strong support for allocating the full 20% funding to the Charleston County Greenbelt program in the upcoming sales tax referendum. Fully funding this program is not just an investment in land conservation, it's an investment in resilience, quality of life, and the long-term health of Charleston County. In particular, we must prioritize protecting irreplaceable natural areas such as Cape Romaine and the Francis Marion. For generations, these places have enjoyed a buffer of rural lands, but currently rapidly approaching development threatens to fragment habitat, degrade water quality, and diminish their protective value. Maintaining lands outside of the urban growth boundary is, as Mayor Crawley alluded to, is essential for preventing unchecked sprawl. Strategic conservation through the Greenbelt program helps to ensure that growth is directed appropriately while preserving the things that matter most to the county. This is a moment for Charleston County Choosing to fund the Greenbelt program fully reflects a commitment to thoughtful planning and responsible stewardship for future generations. And as well as speaking for my organization this evening, I'm also an elected council member to Allendale, so fully support the mayor's comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Louise Maybank, Marcus McDonald.
Good evening. Louise Maybank, 2129 River Hill Road, Wadmore Island. I'm here tonight to speak about the Greenbelt ratio in the upcoming bill. I served on the committee that planned that original document along with the staff and the consultant from the county. And we spent hours and months talking about how best to spend the monies in the Greenbelt to do the greatest job for the people, and came up with the 70% rural, 30% urban as the very best way to make the issue of the dollars the most efficient. And after that, serving on that committee, I went on to serve as the chair of the Greenbelt Advisory Board for the full 10 years of the first iteration of it. So I have a great understanding and also love of the project. The Greenbelts protect the natural lands, but it also has protected the culture of the people that live within these natural lands. And as the county grows and becomes more dense and more expensive, all of that culture is being threatened, and it can be protected by the lands around them. And as you know, you start up with McClellanville, you have Owendale, you have 10 Mile, you have Phillips, and then you swing down to the islands and the big park in Meggett. And I urge you again in my last 20 seconds to go back and restore the 70% rural to the 30% urban in the new iteration of the bill for the good of the next 25 years of the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marcus McDonald.
Hello, my name is Marcus McDonald from Charleston Black Lives Matter. I had a long day today, but I'm here today. As I look around, I noticed there are a lot of people who are not here today. LaQuandra, Stephanie, Janice, Miranda Danzo Williams, Jamal Sutherland, and over 1,000 Latino, Caribbean, and African neighbors from Charleston last year deported. And they're not here today because they're brutalized, arrested, or killed by Charleston County Sheriff's Office. And this is unacceptable. Y'all, it's Charleston County council members. I'm District 3. I think you're my council member over there to the right. Y'all have a duty to protect the public safety of your citizens. And I think one way to start that is to conduct an independent racial bias audit on the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. This is long overdue. Both the Charleston City Police Department and North Charleston Police Department have completed similar audits. So I strongly recommend that y'all do the same and even go a step further and do it better than some of these other municipalities, because y'all cover a lot of land. A lot of Charleston County sheriffs are the ones who cover these Gullah Geechee settlement communities, as y'all know. And I've seen firsthand some of the disparities with my own eyes within the last 3 years of them profiling people who look like me in my age bracket. But there's some things I've not seen, but I know they exist, of them brutalizing and calling out Latino businesses, restaurants, and people walking by. We're supposed to be a melting pot, and everybody wants to be there's time to be and it's important we celebrate our diverse community. So please, I urge you to pass and move forward with the independent racial bias audit of Charleston County Sheriff Department.
All right, we're going to begin our Special Finance Committee, bring it to order. All members of County Council are members of the committee, and I serve as chair. Madam Attorney, in my understanding that we have need of an executive session to discuss contractual matters and receive legal advice.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. We have a need for an executive session to discuss a contract that's being negotiated with the city of Charleston with regards to 993 and 995 Morrison Drive.
And do you have an estimation of how much time will take?
I would suggest 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So moved.
Second, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Ayes have it. We will go into executive session. All right, we've come out of executive session. No motions were made, no votes were taken. Do we have a motion?
I move to authorize the chairman to execute the exclusive listing agreement of 993 and 995 Morrison Drive, term sheet dated February 13, 2026, with the understanding that the county attorney will approve the final document before execution, and with
Hey, Mr.
further,
Borowski, I'm
with
putting
the
you on
understanding
speaker.
that the final agreement will come back to council.
I can hear you. Second.
Okay. We have
We
a
can hear you.
We have a motion that's been made and properly seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Which motion was this? I didn't hear that part. I'm
The-
sorry, I'm by phone, when I've been listening to everything, but I didn't hear that.
Yes, sir. It was the motion to approve the term sheet for the Morrison Drive properties that we discussed in
okay.
executive session.
Yes, okay, thank you. I'm an aye vote.
Yes, sir.
All right. The ayes have it. And that concludes our special finance committee meeting. All right, now we'll.
I'm sorry. The nays were, I need to know who the nays were. Mr. Pryor, Mr. Middleton? Okay. And Mr. Darby. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this time, we're going to start our county council meeting, and we're going to have a prayer by Mr. Moody and the pledge by Ms. Richardson.
Yes, sir.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you as we approach this holy season in troubled times. We ask you to look over our armed forces who protect our security, and especially our local and first responders, as well as all of our county staff. We ask you to give us wisdom as we consider the issues before this county, and that your will be done. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for
all. Freedom of Information Act.
Yes, sir. In compliance with the Freedom of Information Act, notice of meeting was posted and agendas were distributed to news media and persons requesting notification.
Item number 2, minutes. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Ayes have it. All right, third reading of ordinances.
All right. An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a special source credit agreement by and between Charleston County, South Carolina, and Mac Haynes Street, LLC, with respect to certain economic development property in the county, whereby such property will receive certain special source credits and other matters related thereto. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Aye.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor? Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Warman?
Aye.
Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes third reading. Next, an ordinance amending the Charleston County Comprehensive Plan Map 3.1.12 Ashley River Road Corridor Overlay Zoning District to amend the zoning and future land use designation for the real property located at 2338 Ashley River Road, parcel identification number 35305-00001, from neighborhood commercial designation to community commercial designation. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Aye.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor?
Aye.
Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Warman? Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes third reading with 9 ayes.
Second reading of ordinances.
Wait, I've got one
Oh,
more.
so you got,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, you got to read them.
An ordinance amending the Charleston County Zoning and Land Development Regulations Ordinance Number 1202 as amended, Chapter 5, Overlay and Special Purpose Zoning Districts, Map 5.10 and Map 5.10.C, to amend the zoning designation for the real property located at 2338 Ashley River Road, parcel identification number 35305000001, from neighborhood commercial designation to community commercial designation. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Aye.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor? Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Werman?
Aye.
Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes third reading with 9 ayes.
All right. Second reading of ordinances.
Okay. An ordinance finding that Charleston County Park and Recreation District may issue not exceeding $70 million general obligation bonds in one or more series to authorize Charleston County Park and Recreation District to issue such bonds and to provide for the publication of the notice of the said finding and authorization. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Aye.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor?
Aye.
Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Werman? Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes second reading with 9 ayes. Item B.
4B.
An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a fee agreement by and between Charleston County, South Carolina, and a company known as Project Clean, providing for a payment of a fee in lieu of taxes and other matters related thereto. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Nay.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor?
Aye.
Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Werman? Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes second reading with 8 ayes and 1 nay. And then Item C, an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a fee in lieu of tax agreement by and between Charleston County and Center Capital Partners DBA TL Charleston South Rail SPV LLC, the company, including any related or affiliated entities and any sponsor affiliates, whereby Charleston County will enter into a fee in lieu of taxes arrangement with the company, providing for payment by the company of certain fees in lieu of ad valorem taxes and other matters relating thereto. Mr. Darby?
Aye.
Mrs. Honeycutt?
Aye.
Mr. Kabrowski?
Aye.
Mr. Middleton?
Aye.
Mr. Moody?
Aye.
Mr. Pryor?
Aye.
Mr. Sass?
Aye.
Mr. Werman?
Aye.
Mr. Boykin?
Aye.
The ordinance passes second reading.
Committee recommendations with first reading of ordinances.
Move for approval 5A.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Aye.
5B.
Hang on, I need to
I'm
read
sorry,
the
I'm sorry, I'm
ordinance.
sorry.
An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a special source revenue credit agreement between Charleston County and a company known as Project Bark, providing for the allocation of special source revenue credits to express the intent of Charleston County to maintain the project property in a multi-county park and to provide other matters relating thereto.
Mr. Chairman, move for approval B and C.
Second.
All right, all in favor say.
Or can we separate them? Or the last one you read, I'm sorry, Chairman, was that the one where we don't know the name? Or are they together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that
Okay,
was,
I'd like a separate vote on that one if that's possible.
You just voted.
Well, no, we just took that vote, so we're on 5B and 5C, so we're
Okay.
bill inspection, permit consolidation, and amendments to the Charleston County zoning and land development regulations.
all right, Mr.
Okay, I'm
Kabrowski,
sorry.
I'll mark you as a nay for 5A, which was Project
Right,
Bark.
we must have.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
Sure.
Thank you. I didn't want to
Okay.
vote for something I don't know the name of the actual company, but go ahead.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
Okay, any discussion on 5B and C? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay. An ordinance amending those portions of the Charleston County Code, Section 2-137, dealing with fees in the Building Inspections Department, and an ordinance amending the Charleston County Zoning and Land Development Regulations Ordinance Number 1202 as amended to add notice requirements for the issuance of short-term rental property, annual renewal, and limited home rental LHR short-term rental property zoning permits at the following document locations: Chapter 3, Development Review Procedures, and Chapter 6, Use Regulations.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda, 6A and 6B.
B.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Mr.
Ayes.
Chairman.
Yes, sir.
On 7A, Ms. Salisbury, which two do we have to
It's-
break the tie on?
A through E are
Unopposed.
one, are the ones that are clear, and F and G are the ones we need to vote on.
Move for approval on A through E, 7A through E.
Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Item 7F.
So I'm going to recommend Mr. Baird for the Board of Assessment and Appeals.
Second.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Just say both names.
Sure. I'll call the roll, and everyone should either vote for Mr. Beard or Mr. Sumner. Mr. Boykin, I'm sorry, Mr. Darby,
Beard.
Mrs. Honeycutt,
Sumner.
Mr. Kabrowski,
Summer.
Mr. Moody,
Sumner.
Mr. Pryor,
Beard.
Mr. Sass,
Sumner.
Mr. Werman,
Beard.
Mr. Middleton,
Beard. I mean Sumner. Yeah, Beard, I'm sorry.
Sumner, okay.
Beard.
Okay, I marked you down as Beard.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Boykin.
Beard.
Okay, Mr. Beard gets the appointment with 5 votes. And then for item G, I'll call the roll, and everyone should either vote for Gilbert Bradham or Noah Rosenthal. Mr. Darby,
Bradham.
Mrs. Honeycutt,
Rosenthal.
Mr. Kabrowski,
Rosenthal.
Mr. Moody,
Bradham.
Mr. Pryor,
Bradham.
Mr. Sass,
Bradham.
Mr. Werman,
Rosenthal.
Mr. Middleton,
Rosenthal.
Mr. Boykin.
Rosenthal.
Okay.
ma'am.
Mr. Rosenthal.
I made an error. It
Yes,
should have
sir.
been Rosenthal, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Rosenthal gets the recommendation with 6 votes for Rosenthal.
Okay. Moving to item 8, Finance Committee
Approval
recommendation.
for Item A.
All right.
Chairman, can I have a discussion briefly?
Yeah,
A is Highway 41, right?
yes, sir. Hang on one second, Mr. Kabrowski. I got to get a second.
I second it.
All right, sorry. Thank you. We got a
Oh,
second.
I'm sorry.
So now it's properly moved to second. Go ahead, Mr. Kabrowski.
I'll make it brief, and thanks for allowing me to participate this way. My reason for voting nay is that I don't want to condemn a part of a county park that people there love and cherish, which can be used for by all people that live in East Cooper, especially in northern Mount Pleasant, where things are very congested. It's an outlet that everybody can go, and even though it's 10 acres, that's about, if you look at the room that you're all in, it's, I assume, less than a quarter acre, so it's, 10 times 5, so it's 50 times that. So I just feel I couldn't do that, and I'm consistent because when we had the votes about 526 last year, one of the reasons I didn't want to go into a park. I understand that Highway 41, like I said last week, I was there for you going. I also worry about hurricane evacuations, that what we're about to do, and it will not be adequate, and we'll have to revisit this in 10 or 15 years, because if there's a hurricane evacuation and people have to go through the communities like we have instead of a straight shot, it's going to add greatly in matters of public safety. But I appreciate the hard work that the department and our engineers have done, but I just wanted to give my reasons. Thank you for allowing me to do so.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kabrowski. Yes, sir, Mr. Pryor.
Yes, the reason I'm supporting this is the Phillips community has suffered enough, and rather going through a community, that's why I support this. Those folks have given so much for so many years, and we have planned this, and the community is on board with this. So I think it's time to move on instead of keep delay. So that's why I'm supporting this. I value the community over, just taking a little sliver of the park to make this happen.
All right, thank you, sir. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
All right, the ayes have it. 8B,
Recommendation.
any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I'm solely voting on this because of some of the language, and when the language gets cleaned up and it comes back to us, maybe, you know, that's something I can support. But right now, I'm not against the attorney. I'm just, the language has got me, you know, a little taken back, and so that's why I'm not supporting this one tonight.
Yes, sir. Understood. Anyone else? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries. All right. At this time, we'll have council comments. Mr. Moody, would you like to go first?
Mr. Chairman, first of all, Mr. Sass, I was glad to hear somebody from Snowden come and say we thank you. That was a nice treat. So thanks for all your hard work and all the Mount Pleasant reps over there. I know y'all have spent a lot of time on that. I also wanted to thank the owners of Charleston Woodworking School for their investment in West Ashley and for their willingness to rehab a really unsightly portion of their property. Just like that dry cleaning place we had on 61, we need more property owners like this in the county that are willing to make substantial financial investments in their property to improve these aging and more mature areas of our counties. We need, every district of ours needs investors like Charleston Woodworking School, and with our support to make that happen, one property at a time. So I don't think we're meeting as a council before the holidays. So happy Passover, happy Easter to all of our folks and constituents. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Wehrman.
I'd echo happy Passover, happy Easter to everyone. I would also just, nothing much for me, but I would just thank our staff, particularly Mr. Adams, who I don't see here. I've got the opportunity to see the TST presentation 2 times over the course of a week. I know he's been given it many, many more, as well as other folks. So would just encourage folks to come out to what I think is our last meeting on James Island. Am I right? That'll be next Monday, while this public input session is still ongoing. So just thanks to our staff for the incredible public outreach efforts that have been put forward.
Mr. Middleton.
So much. Happy Passover, happy Resurrection Day, and Holy Week that will come up on next week. Certainly would wish that everyone, in your mental wellness, in your physical ability to just do self-care, take care of yourselves during this time.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Happy Passover and happy Resurrection Day to all, and enjoy yourself. And if the Lord delay is coming, we'll see you back at the next meeting.
Thank you. Mr. Darby?
One comment and then a question, if I'm allowed to ask Mr. Thigpen, or if he can answer in public or private. In reference to Mount Pleasant, in terms of the residents are forced to annex to procure sewer, there was an African general by the name of Hannibal who was fighting the Romans. And it's really unbelievable how a general could have elephants to cross the Alps. And Hannibal said to his objective was, we'll find a way or we'll make one. This council has yet to find a way or make a way to assist the people who are being forced into annexation to Mount Pleasant in terms of getting their sewer. We have not done a great job in assisting that situation. We need to find a way or we need to make one. Here we are, 2026, and people are still arguing over sewage. And this day and time, this is not Haiti. This is not some third world country. We're talking about a city and a town, wherever, in the United States of America. And I can't foresee this being I'll start right there. My question, sir, different topic. In reference to Mr. Freeman, when he mentioned, I think, Park West something another, Boulevard, the Bully Swells, if I may ask a question, Mr. Tootin, to Mr. Public, has there been any studies or research on that suggestion? And if you answer privately, we can do that too, sir.
No, sir, I'm good. There have been, over the course of what we've done in conjunction with Mr. Freeman and the different options we looked at, we have looked at that that piece of that he's talking about today.
Yes, sir.
And we have been in communication with him over the last couple of weeks to talk about that.
Okay.
And we are communicating with him, still trying to talk to him about what the results of that was. And so it's not warranted today. So it gets a little gray area when you get to whether something's warranted or not.
Yes, sir.
But we're always looking at ways to improve our design. So I'll work with the Public Works folks and make sure that I'll close the loop with you on that.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Because again, when it comes down to Darby, I don't look at something called my constituents. That's never been my style. All 9 belong to Darby. So I don't know whose area it is. I don't know whether it's Mr. Bobrowski or whether it's Mr. Sass. I just have a concern. So I don't want to say people think I'm overstepping my boundary.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Honeycutt.
Yes, so I get to sit on the Aviation Authority as the chairman's proxy, and I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention the incredible work of our TSA agents who are not being paid right now and have not been paid for some time. Our airport is leading the country in our TSA workers being at work. Right now, there's some airports where 40% are calling in to take time off, just given the circumstances. But I wanted to also mention our airport has gone above and beyond to try to serve these folks. There's a food pantry now at the airport. There's a gas tank for them to fill their cars because literally they've not been paid in weeks. And so if anybody feels compelled to take part in that, information is available online. Happy to do that, but wanted to say thank you to our TSA agents who continue to serve and make us proud at our airport.
Thank you. Mr. Sass?
Thank you, Mr. Boykin. I would like to echo Mr. Moody's holiday comments for everyone, and also I agree with Mr. Darby about the sewer. We've passed that ordinance in 2019, required to make it so people were not required to annex to get sewer. And look, I will say Mount Pleasant has worked with us on some things. We've gotten people who have existing septic tanks are being allowed to tap in without annexing, because every septic tank is a danger. It's a health and safety issue. And so the town has gotten better about that. They gave in, they gave that, and then we worked on them with the project. So pretty much all of Snowden is served by sewer now. And so the bad thing is some people can't tap in without having to annex into the town. That's what we need to work on. I wish we could work on that now. That would make a difference. Thank you.
Mr. Administrator. Oh, sorry, Ms. Honeycutt.
I did want to wish everyone a happy Easter and Passover.
All right, Mr. Administrator. Okay. Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. I just want to remind everyone that our next meeting will be council committees on Tuesday, April 7th. So that's so that we avoid a conflict with Passover on April 9th. So Tuesday, April 7th will be committees, and that will be the next time this body meets.
I'll be out of the country.
Yes, sir.
You got a phone, eh?
Chairman?
Hold on.
I'll be in Mexico, so I'm not sure.
Chairman, if I can.
Let me hear from the Madam Attorney first, and I'll put you in there.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, okay. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, ma'am, okay. I just want to say I look forward to seeing everybody in person next time, and happy Easter and happy Passover coming up, and I'm glad we recognize the issues. And I also want to thank and for all the soldiers who are fighting for us and the honor the sacrifices they have made and respect their loss of life to keep us free, and their lives are at risk protecting us. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I guess I'll wrap up by saying the same thing, Mr. Kabrowski. Just want to hold our men and women, our service members, in our prayers. They're certainly in harm's way, and and their families are missing them, and pray for their safe return when this conflict is over. And also, I want to commend and thank everyone on this council for moving the Highway 41 project to reality, that it's finally going to be breaking dirt and we're going to move this thing forward. It's been a long, arduous process. It was not a perfect solution, but I think it's the best solution, and I think this council's made a great decision on that, and it's our TST funds at work. And also additionally, moving the 995 Morrison property, working in partnership with the city of Charleston, with our housing crisis that we have. Looking forward to a positive outcome with that. And with that, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Remember, on the 30th of this month, we're having the grand opening and the ribbon cutting of the Anna Johnson building on Edisto. I think it's 11 o'clock that Monday morning.
Yes, sir.
So just wanted to remind council members, those who can make it, 'cause that's about an hour drive.
Well, I will certainly be in attendance, and that's a wonderful occasion.
Yes.
All right. With that, we are adjourned.
Congratulations.